Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you my genius idea for Mother's Day. Can't wait to share, but before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. I would love to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. So oftentimes I find fragrance to be a difficult gift to give because who knows anybody's taste? So you may smell it, you may actually know what their taste is, but how a fragrance resonates with a person, how it plays on their skin, it's really hard to know. So a lot of times I would go with a gift card or something like that instead, but it really is nice to get a gift for Mother's Day. So I was thinking about kind of a different take on a Mother's Day fragrance present. And my suggestion, and I know I've talked about this quite a lot recently, but I just think it's a really great idea for a few reasons. So hear me out. The genius idea for me, at least I think it's genius, is to give a discovery kit. And you can do this in a few different ways. So number one, you could just give the discovery kit. So especially if it's to a niche brand where it's really, really pricey, a lot of times, the fragrances are maybe out of your budget for a gift, but the discovery kits are a lot more affordable, and it allows your loved one to explore a whole new brand, but that maybe they've never explored before. So there's all sorts of different niche houses that provide beautiful discovery kits for pretty reasonable prices. So the cool thing about that is you could give it as just the discovery kit. That's a beautiful present as it is. Or you could do something where you give them a discovery kit with a gift card so that whatever fragrance they land on, they could then go ahead and purchase a full bottle. So you could do something like that. The other thing that you could do with the discovery kit is you could treat it like an event. So if you were having your loved one over and maybe a few other people, you're going to have a kind of a Mother's Day brunch or something like that, a bunch of women together, let's say, you could have a discovery kit that you all engage with as you have your little party. So it creates this whole entire event around a fragrance house, which I just think is really fun. I did that recently with Janet from Germany through a Zoom call. We both had the same Une Nuit Nomade discovery kit. We went through it together on the phone. It was just so much fun. We chatted in the midst of it. Then we'd try a fragrance and we'd have a sip of wine while I was drinking coffee because it was in the morning for me. It was the evening for her. But it was such a great time. So you could do that together, make it into a party, and it would just be so much fun. So plus it gives a whole bunch of women then an opportunity to try the discovery kit. So whether you make it into an event or a part of your party, Mother's Day party, whether you give it just as a one-off discovery kit, that's the present, or whether you add a gift card in, I just think it's a great idea. So I'm going to show you commodities because they've just recently given it to me. So first of all, I just love the packaging for this one. So it comes wrapped and then it just says exploration kit. Inside, you get this whole entire booklet that takes you through how to discover your fragrance with them. So they kind of guide you through the process, which I think is really fun. Each fragrance is talked about. And what's neat about commodity, and this even includes the scent strips. So again, thinking about a party, this would be so much fun. So you've got the scent strips right there, like so that you can, the perfume little strippy things that you can spray on, and then all these different fragrances to try. Now, commodity has 6 fragrances and 3 different kind of takes on each of the fragrance. There's the personal, the expressive, and the bold. And the personal being kind of the closest to the skin. It's oftentimes a little bit fresher. The expressive just kind of being a little bit more projection, and then the bold being like bam, bold, So really, really cool. And then they go through and explain it all in this book. So I personally think this makes a great gift. And I think that this is 55 Canadian through Sephora. So such a great price with such a great experience, whether you make it into a party or just give it like this. But then if you want to take it up a notch, you give them a gift card to Sephora and let them buy whatever fragrance tickles their fancy. So whatever they land on, then they can get a full bottle. So I just think that this is such a great idea. This would be a very luxurious present to get the discovery kit and the fragrance. But I just think it's a really, really neat way to ensure that your loved one gets exactly what they want. Plus, it's the whole experience and journey, which is kind of fun. So that is my genius idea. I want to quickly as well talk about a few fragrances that I think make excellent Mother's Day presents. If you've got a mom that really enjoys a classy rose type fragrance, they're kind of the more classy mom. Two fragrances that I think are amazing are Quatre by Boucheron. This is just a beautiful kind of citrus watery rose with a bit of sweetness. This one is got a little bit of lemon and yuzu. It's a little bit creamy, a little bit sweet and tart with some beautiful kind of white florals in it. Very classy, very refreshing, very long lasting. If you have a mom that is kind of the black leather sexy type mom, like some of us have sexy type moms. A few fragrances that you could choose is L'Interdit Rouge by Givenchy. This is uber sexy, a little bit spicy with ginger and orange in it. Tuberose is the main flower in this one. There's Chergui. This is a tobacco fragrance, really sensual, beautiful, long lasting, kind of unique as well. And then Badi El Oud Amethyst by Lattafa. This is a beautiful kind of spicy rose. Yeah, it's a little bit masculine, a little bit jammy. It's kind of an interesting one. So if she's an adventurous one, she may want to check this one out. And this one is so affordable. If she likes sweeter and she's kind of a warm type of individual, kind of that warm mom huggy type person, she may like something like Mon Guerlain. This one has lavender in. It's sweet. It's classy, it's timeless, it's just absolutely beautiful. There's also something like Girl of Now. This makes such a great gift. It's mass appealing. This one is more pistachio and almond with orange blossom. It's kind of syrupy. It's just delicious. Feels like a hug to me. A couple other ones that I think are really great are, of course, Nina Ricci by L'Extase. This one or L'Extase Absolu, if you can still find it in the black bottle. That one's supposed to be similar to Oud for Greatness. Personally, I think this one is the most spectacular. Somehow I just love this one. Bit of caramel in it, a little bit of raspberry. I just recently smelt Club de Nuit Imperial. Smells really similar to Delina Exclusive, but for like $30. So really similar. Another one that I think is really beautiful for the La Vie est Belle fans is either La Vie est Belle L'Eclat. That's one of the flankers, or La Vie est Belle en Rose. L'Eclat is a little bit more of a orange blossom, sweet orange blossom fragrance, whereas on Rose is rose and raspberry. Both are very gorgeous. So those are all beautiful. They're also all kind of spring oriented, which is kind of nice. Mother's Day is that springtime, that newness. So having a lighter fragrance is always welcomed. So those are a few options for you. But honestly, my major recommendation is to go for a discovery kit. Now, I mentioned the commodity one, but there's all sorts of niche houses. So Boho Boko, there's Soradora, there's Une Nuit Nomade. All of these have beautiful presentations, and then you just go through the fragrances. I'll leave them all listed down below. If you have any questions, let me know. What are your genius ideas for Mother's Day gifts for fragrances? Do you have any? It's so hard to know what to buy a person because it's so personal. Again, thinking about the discovery kits, even if you're just giving it to your mom, like it's not another loved one, but just your mom. Just imagine you're giving her the discovery kit, but you say to her, if you're cool with this, I want to make this a whole entire date where we're going to spend some time, we're going to sniff perfumes, we're going to go out to a restaurant, you're going to pick your favorite one, and then we're going to purchase it together. You know, doing something like that where she gets to spend time with you, and then, you know, she gets this amazing fragrance gift in the end. To me, that's what it ends up being about. I honestly really love the commodity one just because it's such a cool layout. but there are so many beautiful discovery kits that you can get. So I'll leave some of my favorite options down below, along with the fragrances that I talked about. What about you? What is your genius idea for a fragrance for Mother's Day? If you have one, please leave it in the comments. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.